Let me ask you something real. How much of your day is spent worrying about what other people think of you? Did I say the right thing? Do they think I'm awkward? What if they're judging me? And here's the uncomfortable truth. That constant loop in your head, it's not normal. And I don't mean to shame you. I'm not trying to do that. I want to free you. Because what if I told you that this obsession with others' opinions isn't actually being considerate? It's not being socially aware. It's a pattern keeping you small. And today we're going to break it. I'm Jason Rigby, and this is Higher Density Living. And welcome to today's microdose episode. If you're new here, these are bite-sized practical episodes. They're designed to give you one powerful tool that you can begin to use immediately. And today we're talking about the fear of judgment, why it hijacks your brain, why it feels so real, and most importantly, how to break free from it without becoming this idiot, this jerk who generally doesn't care about anyone. We all know those type of people, and that's not what I'm talking about. Because that's the thing, right? We confuse caring what people think with being a good person. But there's a massive difference, get this, guys, between empathy and people pleasing, between showing up authentically and then you performing for approval. So let's get into it. I want to talk about the ancient survival software. Now, many of you were not born when we all know Windows computers, Windows 95 came out. This is ancient survival software, isn't it? This is when computers first came out. And this is why you care so much about what others think. Not because of Windows, but you're running this ancient survival software. And for most of human history, being accepted by your tribe literally meant life or death. You get rejected, you're alone. You have no food, no protection, and there is no chance of survival. So our nervous systems, through evolutionary psychology, develop this hypersensitivity to social rejection. It's the same system that alerts you of physical danger. But right now, we live in such a comfortable society, it fires off when someone gives you a weird look or doesn't text back in time. And a lot of us, this is the crazy part in modern life, we will go into a meeting, let's say, and then after the meeting, we'll be like, oh my God, I sounded so stupid. Or, they didn't laugh at my joke. Even to the point of some people actually believe that other people hate them. I know this one I had for a long time and I had to really work on it is, what if they think I'm a fraud? Here I am trying to work on my spiritual self-awareness, but then at the same time I'm teaching, what if these people don't think that I'm authentic? But here's the reality check. We don't live in a prehistoric tribe anymore, do we? Our survival is not dependent on Karen from accounting improving our lunch choice. Yet our brain reacts like it does. Every perceived rejection feels like this existential danger that evolution has built into our brains for survival. So, what's the first step to freedom? It's recognizing this for what it is. It's an outdated alarm system. It's not true. There's no reality to it, and it's just noise. It doesn't work in modern society today. So, how do we get past this self obsession trap? And this part might sting a little. When you are constantly worried about what others think, you're not actually being socially aware. You're being narcissistic. In fact, you're being self obsessed. And I know that sounds harsh, but I want you to stay with me. Think about this. Every conversation becomes about your performance. Every interaction is an audition. And you're constantly analyzing yourself from the outside, running this mental commentary. How do I look right now? I wonder if that really landed what I was trying to say. And then at the end, everybody's always like, you think they were impressed? We'll even go around and ask people, won't we? That shows our insecurity. But we're not present and we're not genuinely connecting. We're stuck in our head, treating every single moment like it's being graded. And here's absolutely wild part that'll blow your brain. The people you're so worried about, they're not thinking about you. They're wrapped up in their own insecurities. They're running their own mental commentary. They're wondering what you think of them. And there's you can look this up. It's called the spotlight effect. The illusion that everyone is watching and judging you. But it's just that, it's just an illusion. And the freedom comes, guys, from when you realize most people are too busy worrying about themselves to obsess over you. That's not cynical, that's liberating, isn't it? So, how do we go from attachment to detachment? So, I'm going to get into the spiritual side of things here. The psychological explanation was the why. We know why we obsess on ourselves like that. So, let's talk about the spiritual perspective, the how to break free. From a spiritual lens, this anxiety is all about ego attachment. The ego is obsessed, and we can see this in society today, can't we? The ego is obsessed with labels, identity, and perception. It wants to control how others see you. So it crafts an image and then becomes terrified. Think of it. The ego becomes terrified that the image is going to crack. But what about your higher self? Do you think it gives a damn about approval? Your higher self knows that external validation is just a trap. It doesn't beg for acceptance. It doesn't fear judgment. And it already knows, your higher self already knows that it's whole. So here's the practice. Start noticing when the ego is driving. When you feel that knot in your stomach before posting something online or the panic during the conversation, I want you to pause yourself and ask yourself this. Is this my higher self speaking, or is this my ego trying to control how I'm perceived? Because, guys, the ego wants guarantees. It wants everyone to like you. It wants zero risk, which doesn't work. Zero, the ego would love for you to stay in bed all day 24/7, but that doesn't work for anyone, does it? The higher self, it's cool with being misunderstood. It knows that your worth isn't up for some vote from whoever. So the practice of detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. A lot of people think that. It means you stop needing external validation to feel okay. True detachment is freedom. It's understanding that your value is dependent on someone else's opinion or even your own performance. And I see so many people stress themselves out, get depressed, have mass amounts of anxiety, get ADD habits, and all those things, all because they're trying to perform. There's this level of perfection that the ego keeps throwing at you, and you're constantly grading yourself. So, real quick, guys, before we end this episode, I'm going to give you 5 keys to break free. Number 1, radical acceptance, radical self acceptance. Accept yourself fully, flaws, awkwardness, and all. The more you approve of yourself, the less you need it from anyone else. So, try this. This is really hard to do, guys. Look in the mirror and say, I am enough. Exactly as I am, I'm enough. Not as affirmation fluff, but as a practice to begin to rewire your self-talk. And the higher self will begin to take over, and the ego will be like, what's going on here? I don't understand this. I'm trying to protect you. But the higher self is that eternal wisdom. Number 2, mindfulness and presence. Stop living in your head. When you notice the spiral starting, did they like me? What are they thinking? I want you to consciously pull yourself back into the present moment. How do you do that, Jason? How do I stop the spiral? Feel your feet on the ground. Just notice that. Put pressure on your feet, feel it on the ground, then release your toes, release your feet, and just notice how it feels. How's your breath? Well, in ego, it's always shallow, isn't it? Fight or flight. Notice your breathe. Come back to what's real. There's only one thing that's real, and that's this present moment. It's the right now. That's it. Number 3, reframe rejection. Understand that rejection isn't about you. People's opinions are reflections of their own inner world. Their opinion, guys, is their biases, their wounds, their preferences, where they lived, how they grew up, the culture that they were around, what their parents told them about them. None of that is a statement about you. None of that is a statement about your value and who you are as a human. Then number 4 is ditch the people pleasing. Start saying no when you mean no. Stop twisting yourself into a pretzel. This is where all kind of mental health comes in to fit expectations. I want you to do something. And if you haven't listened to me and you kind of tune me out, listen to this. Practice disappointing people. Yes, I said that, Jason. Practice disappointing people because you can't live authentically and make everyone happy. Doesn't work. And the how you do that is connect with your higher self. This is number 5. Meditate, journal, spend time in nature. Do whatever brings you into alignment with your true essence. And you all know that. Ask yourself. Like for me, hiking is really important. The stronger that connection that I have with nature when I go out and I hike and I clean everything out, it's like I feel like I just reflush everything. And then guess what happens? My ego begins to quiet down. And it's just an amazing process when you begin to understand how to connect with that wisdom internally, how to connect with that higher self. So here's the ultimate truth in closing, guys. No one is thinking about you as much as you think they are. And once you really, really, really get that, once you see through the illusion of the spotlight, you're free. Free to live, free to express, free to exist without these invisible chains of validation weighing you down. So stop wasting your energy, guys. Stop letting fear run your life and start living for yourself. What does that look like? Write that down, journal that. I want to start living for myself. I want to express myself. I want to exist in the way that I want to. Because the day you stop caring what others think is the day I believe you truly start living. So, guys, if this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to go deeper, hop on our website, hdlpodcast.com. But, guys, thanks for being here, and I will see you on the next one.